Good morning and welcome to Sermon Slice. Sermon Slice is a portion of Sunday's message for weekday application. Thanks for joining me today, and we're talking in relation to May 31st, 2009. We have been in this series called Experiencing God. This past Sunday, Pastor Rob presented the message on talking about adjustments required, and oftentimes major adjustments. If we're going to follow Christ, and that means there are going to have to be changes that God will want to make within us so that we can be more effective for Him. That's a beautiful idea to know that God is always at work within us and He's always at work in the world, and He's going to be continually asking us to adjust and change in our lives to what He wants to do in us so that we can be most effective for kingdom work. You can't stay where you are and go with God. That was one of Pastor Rob's points, and I think it's a very good point to help us to understand that you just cannot remain static and dormant and expect that God's going to be working in your life. You have to be willing to let God do a work in you and through you so that you can be most effective to go forward with God in the ways that He is calling us to go. Lots of times when we think about change, we're not that excited about it because change means we actually have to change, that something has to be different in our lives. And it's so easy for us to get comfortable. It's so easy for us to just keep doing the same old things over and over again. But at times we're going to have to be willing to let God work in us, change us. We make the adjustments needed to go with God and to be effective for the kingdom. So I pray that this week you will discover, either in the small groups or in your personal time of study, or as you are open to God working in your life this week, I pray that you will be able to see how important it is to adjust, to make the changes necessary so that we will be all that we can be for God and for His kingdom. Again, let's go after experiencing God. And thank you for checking in on Sermon Slice this week, and we look forward to the final week on June the 7th for our Experiencing God series, where we're going to be talking about what it means to obey God fully with all of our life and how we're going to be most effective for Him as we obey Him. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.